What is going on, guys? It is your boy Cali Mac on the track. Never whack, bring it back. And we are here with the Strawhat Sitdown, episode 10. Oh! We out here, baby. We have made it 10 episodes. We are out here, feel me? Appreciate everybody that's been watching so far. Got a banger-ass chapter to celebrate this episode today.
Yes, sir.
Super banger chapter. Like, words can't even describe the amount of bangerness that this chapter is. You know what I'm saying? We also are going to go over who we think the next Straw Hat will be. You know what I mean? In celebration of the 10th episode, we want to do a little bit of extra content for you guys. So we'll have a little discussion about who will be a good or bad content. What's the word I'm looking for here? Contestant. Wow, I butchered that crazy.
Like to the point where I
started mixing myself. That was crazy.
I was so lost.
So who would be a fire contestant to be the next Straw Hat will be another one of the topics we go over. And at the end of the entire show, we'll announce the winner of a giveaway. Giveaway for a awesome Hawkins figure that my boy Mister is showing up right now. You feel me? We for all our YouTube subscribers did a little giveaway, and we're gonna announce the winner for that later. Get right into it. We are out here. Oh wait, I didn't introduce the gang. Yo, I'm out of it today. You know what? It's the 10th episode, and I'm just so excited I can't contain myself. That's so crazy. We with the regular Straw Hat gang as usual. We got that boy D3 in the building. What's good?
What's good?
Gang. We got that boy Mr. G in the building.
Hey, what's good? Episode 10, baby.
Episode 10, baby. We got that boy Straw Hat Mod in the building. What's up?
What's good? Episode 10, let's go.
Yes, sir. And last but certainly not least, we got that boy YOHOHOHO, the birthday boy.
Birthday boy, you.
Yes, sir.
What a banger for my birthday, so I always appreciate him. You know what I'm saying?
100%. Need all y'all in the comments to wish my boy YOHOHO a happy birthday. You know what I mean? We're gonna celebrate with a fire ass show because we got a lot to go over with this chapter here.
Yes, we do.
A lot. So we're gonna get right into it. I'm gonna do my normal review thing. We're gonna just do a quick little skim through what happened, and then we're just gonna do a deep dive. We're gonna go straight into it. You guys good?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna get right into it. So chapter 1042. Winners shouldn't need rationalization. So this was the Friday. This is the Friday version I have up right here. The official translation was
the victor needs no epithet or title. So yeah, a weird difference. I'm not sure.
So just a quick thing on the title change. So we start the chapter immediately in action. X Drake has stabbed the CPO agent. We're immediately in the basement and he stabbed him. They have a little bit of dialogue, and then the CPO agent frees himself and uses his finger pistol on Drake, seemingly knocking him out. And then we leave that scene and go to the flower capital, where the people who wrote their wishes on the lanterns are finally releasing them into the air. We finally see that happen. We then switch to the roof of Onigashima, where the remainder of the chapter plays out, where we see Kaido continue to fight Luffy, or rather Luffy continue to hit Kaido, because we were in the middle of his attack last chapter. As Kaido goes to block a punch, he gets hit again because Luffy's changing the trajectory of his punches. And Kaido remarks that it's almost it's impossible for rubber to move like this. Or how is this happening? He's confused, right? Something to note. Luffy continues his onslaught, and then Kaido eventually transforms into his dragon form to escape. He then goes to bite Luffy in his bite and then swallows him whole. Flies up into the and then he flies up to the top of the island, looks down and uses his dragon breath to knock Luffy completely through the island. We see scenes of him flying through the different floors and almost get flown straight to the ground. But he uses his Gear 4 to fly back up, ends up coming back to Kaido, and they have a little bit of exchange before they begin their fight again. He talks about how he wants to save the people. Kaido remarks the people are weak. They can't be saved. There's winners and losers. Are you a winner or a loser? A little bit of banter we can get into later. He goes for another blast breath, but Luffy uses Gomu Gomu no Over Kong gun, and he hits Kaido in the mouth while he's using his blast breath. So it actually stops his attack and causes it to backfire, creating an explosion in Kaido's mouth and wounding him. They keep continuing to fight after this. Luffy charges at him, but Kaido hits him back with a Thunder Bagura, Luffy almost runs out of Gear 4, but he holds it in his mouth and realizes that he doesn't have much steam left and this is going to be his last attack. They go to clash with each other for one more attack, but the CPO agent from the beginning of the chapter arrives on the scene, grabs Luffy's arm, and uses Iron Body, Tekai, to force Luffy's arm to weigh down and be unable to move. So this final clash ends up being completely one-sided. Kaido ends up just completely smacking with the Thunder Bagua, and he has a flashback of when Odin was distracted by Kurozumi during their fight, and you just see a complete look of horror in his eyes as the chapter ends. Jesus Christ. It was a lot. It was definitely a lot. Where y'all want to start, man?
Want to get the CP? Well, I mean, it'll come into play as we talk. But what about like how X Drake? Oh my God.
That boy was out here.
Thank you. Say it.
That boy was out here.
Oh my gosh, like that was crazy to me. Why did my man do like a substitution jutsu on him?
Yo, no cap, like literally just disappeared and reappeared on some shit.
Right.
Bro, I remember saying like real quick. I remember saying like maybe a few weeks ago how I need Drake to do something because he's been lacking all raid and I think
That's
now
what you got.
Cement and Stone. This nigga is a sellout. Bro. Absolutely. Zero work done. You know that picture of Tony Snell, 0.0 B0 assists, 0 rebounds. Nigga did nothing, bro. Nigga did absolutely nothing the whole raid. And what I will say is that I feel like I should have seen this coming. Like not him doing nothing, but CP0 actually somehow interfering with Luffy's fight because they didn't really get any of their work done, right? They fucked up Izo.
Yeah.
They fucked up, Poons and Drake, but they didn't get Robin, you know what I'm saying? So I thought, like, damn, like them being here wouldn't have really changed too much if they didn't do something to Luffy. So after I read the chapter, I was like, maybe I should have seen it coming a little bit, because that's their big dub of this arc, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just so crazy to me because like Drake is trying and it's like it's every single time.
That boy is.
I was like, how unfair is that Drake can't get shit going for him? Like Izzo did more than him as battered up, injured on his last leg and still managed to take out a CP0 member. Drake snuck behind, killed someone. I mean, supposedly like stabbed him, and then like he was in his hybrid form and everything, and then just like it just didn't work.
He got the Elden Ring backstab and he did like 0 damage, bro.
Yo, that's OD. You're spitting.
E3, you gonna say something?
Yeah, I was just gonna say like, man, my man Drake takes so many L's. It's not funny, bro. My nigga stays getting rolled. I feel bad for him, bro. Like he's trying, but like he's just ass. Like it's just no nice way to put it.
No dubs, bro.
Do you guys think that this CPO agent was stronger than the other one?
I think he is out of all the ones there, he probably is the strongest. Maybe. I just don't know. It just looks so bad because all that Drake has that back to back him at this point is just his lore, like, and his like and his like status, and lore. The fact that he's a supernova and
he's a sword,
and all his member of sword, rear admiral, all these like title accolades, but then when you put him on the screen, he's not doing shit.
He got a cool ass devil fruit too, bro. Like how does he have all this shit and he still be folding? That's so crazy.
Yeah, and it's
how you let Izo do more to you? And you...
Yo, Izo's a Whitebeard commander.
Izo is a Whitebeard commander. That's cool.
I got a lot of respect.
They hype Drake up since like fucking time skip.
And he did less of any supernova, less than Apu, bro. Like,
not even wrong.
Like at least Hawkins was fucking up Kid and Killer for a little bit, but he didn't get shit done in the end because it's his enemy.
Yeah.
But, like at least he was doing his thing. This nigga Drake, bro, how are you on the right side? You're not doing nothing. Like
he's the perfect example of good on paper but bad in practice.
Yeah. And yo, they've been I'm telling you, since the fucking time before the time skip, when they show all the supernova reacting to Marineford, they show them going to the New World, and Drake, first thing he does is go after a subordinate of Kaido, and they're like, yo, you know we're Kaido's men, right? And he's like, yo, this will make that easy. So this nigga has been tied to this arc for like hundreds of chapters, and this is what he does. Which is why I'm hoping maybe.
Oh yeah, and I almost forgot Toby Ropo, Accolade, like.
I guess you know what? Actually,
good.
I guess that goes into the whole thing of Flying Six being underwhelming, right? That's what everyone says. So you know what? He's one of them. This is a curse, bro.
But it's just not looking good, and I don't know what Oda. Like, I don't know why.
I'm saying, I hope
he keeps allowing Drake to get folded so embarrassingly. Like, this is just not fair. My man stabbed him from the back in hybrid form. And he did substitution jutsu and knocked him out. Like, what? Like, Oda, like, you must be trolling, bro. Like,
my man Drake got Vantage Guard canceled.
Yo, literally.
I don't want to jump ahead, but since I gotta go early, can we talk about the Luffy Kaido fight for a little bit?
Yeah. That one was just crazy.
Was there anything that you wanted to bring up?
I want to say this in particular. I feel like what's gonna happen in the next couple chapters is that wait, am I echoing?
Not on my end.
I think what's gonna happen in the next couple chapters is
I think Strawhat.
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 Turn DP down a bit because it's coming off your mic.
Oh, my mic.
Yeah, I think I can hear you from your earphones or something like that.
Let me see.
You can just turn them down in Discord directly.
Okay, what about now?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
that's great. But I was saying that I think that
maybe a bit more.
It's definitely still happening. It was good until it wasn't, bro.
Let me just move my mic away a little bit. It should be good.
Oh yeah, you sound fine now, actually.
Okay. There's definitely a repeat situation with Odin, where Luffy got distracted and Kaido got the hit on him. I feel like the difference is that Luffy's gonna get back up and well, obviously Luffy's gonna get back up, but it's just gonna be a huge moment. He's gonna cement himself as like one of the true heroes of like Wano. I think it's gonna be a really, really big moment for him. But
so you think he's not down for the count and whatnot?
No. I think this is a moment where, like I said, it's fully repeating what happened when Odin fought Kaido, where he got distracted and then Odin got rolled, and he just, we know what happened from there. But I feel like Luffy's gonna get back up. In one way or another, Luffy's gonna get back up. I feel like it's gonna be a chapter or two of Kaido beat the shit out of a CP0 member, and then we get Kaido's flashback while Luffy's knocked out on the ground. But I feel like before it's all said and done, Luffy's gonna get back up, and Kaido's gonna view him as stronger than Odin.
I mean, I think we can all agree that Luffy's not done. Like,
yeah, like
he has to be the one to beat Kaido. Like, there's literally no other way around it.
Yeah, but the question is, like, is he down for a little bit or like for a palpable amount, right?
Yeah, so I could definitely agree with what you're saying, D3.
Yeah.
I also think that, just going back real quick, the lanterns finally being released is probably gonna have. It's gonna be it's gonna appear at some point during the fight, but I think it also signifies that we're reaching the climax of whatever this fight is going to be. I could definitely see it, the lanterns floating around the sky, as either Luffy emerges victorious and their wishes actually become true, or he opens his eyes and he sees Otama's wish in front of him or some shit, and it gets him back up. But I can definitely see these wishes. Yeah, it's definitely gonna play a big part in whatever the next sequence of the fight is.
Yeah,
I was for some reason I was thinking like Entangled, and also kind of also at the end of the Skypiea arc, where you see Luffy his silhouette in the sky, but it's gonna be the lanterns showing amplifying Luffy defeating getting the final punch on Kaido or something like that. You know what I mean?
Something like that.
And then everyone sees it, and then that's how I thought, but I do like your idea of like the wishes on there. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because that's what they're doing, right? They're putting their hopes and dreams and wishes on them.
And he's definitely gonna. Yo, that's so good, Callie. Yo, that happens.
Yo,
that happens.
I can imagine it, like Luffy's knocked down on the ground and one of the papers fall out of the lantern.
Yeah.
It's just like it's just one that just says, "I wish for clean drinking water or just something to eat."
Yeah.
Luffy's gonna get up and just rock this nigga Kaido.
Yeah, like
that shit is gonna go so hard.
Because you're spitting, man. Like last 2 chapters, Luffy's bringing up how Kaido is affecting the land, right? People are starving, people can't drink water, so like this could be like an affirmation of that.
Yeah, no, yeah, I definitely think it's gonna be a big part, but
Nah, yeah, it's looking like, because like, you know, we always have to have like some sort of audience for the last hit or the dub, right? Like the people have to see it happen, like in Dressrosa.
Yeah. So then, what do you guys think is the fate of the CPO agent? How are we feeling about
that
him?
nigga is mincemeat. My buddy said if there's not a flashback, he's lasting 2 chapters. Or 2 pages, excuse me.
I don't even think it's 2 pages. I think it's gonna be first page. He gets thunder boggled, and that's it. Like
I'm saying, bro,
out of here.
Facts.
I've seen so many people say, "Hey, Kaido and Luffy about to jump this mug." Like,
I think Kaido is just gonna fuck him up solo. I think Luffy's right now is like knocked out for a little bit. Kaido finna look at this nigga like, there's no way there's no way you did that, and then now you're gonna get away. You know what I'm saying? Which I don't think he did. Which, actually, I wanted to bring this up. As Xavier said in the chat earlier, like, yo, this CP0 nigga, I didn't fuck with him earlier, but I got mad respect for him now.
Yo, we was definitely talking mad shit. Like, how he about to do this shit? He's not gonna do this shit.
Because they even told him on the phone, like, we know it's impossible. Like, we know you're not gonna do it, fam. But like, go try, nigga. So like, cause like, they must have like his wife and kids in custody or something.
Something, bro.
Like for him to be able to have to feel against it, because they did get raised as children to do this shit. So they're definitely fully indoctrinated into like the idea of being a CP0 member. But like that's actually next level dedication, and it goes to show at the beginning of the chapter where Oda like actually played us all, and we thought, okay, this nigga got smoked. He's probably not gonna be able to interfere with Luffy now. To where in the end he actually pulls up. In the beginning he has that little exchange with Drake, right, where he says, Drake, why? And Drake says, I'm just following my own justice. And he says, I envy you. I envy you being in the position to be able to do that.
I remember that actually. You're right.
So it's a very interesting like narrative contrast between Sword and Shield, and what being a CP0 agent means versus being a member of Sword. So I just thought that was really, really interesting. So my respect for that guy has gone up a tremendous amount.
Let me say this real quick. Why did I lose my thought?
Not like this.
My mouth was about to go crazy.
Okay, so who do we think, if the CP0 member gets unmasked, is it gonna be somebody we remember? Because I was talking to my brother about this. I was like, what if he gets unmasked? Is it gonna be somebody that we know, or do we think it's gonna be a new character? Because my brother was joking around. He's like, what if it's Kobe?
Yo, imagine he finished up with Shorty and just pulled up in a whole mask and shit. That you know what, you bring up a good point though, like, because we haven't spoken about it, and I haven't really attached the mask to anything. I just assumed it was part of his getup, you know what I mean? But it could very well be somebody underneath that mask, a face that's familiar.
Yeah.
It would have to be somebody on the government side, whether they're Navy or CP already, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah,
that's the thing I've been thinking about. It's like, what if they are actually like familiar characters? Because if someone was this strong, like, we would have to know about them already.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely possible. It's just I don't know who it could be. Because the only people that we know with like any kind of CP0 related like abilities are CP9 agents, and
we already saw them doing their own thing somewhere.
Yeah, so I don't know, like
last time, right? We saw.
Yeah, something like that. Even in the Rivery, or So I didn't even consider the fact that it was someone that we might know. That is actually wild now that I think about it. I couldn't really see who it would be, and I also feel like if it was someone on the government side and it wasn't too much of a surprise, like why even mask these niggas in the first place? And also that nigga from that nigga that got smoked by Izo, like we didn't even end up seeing who he was, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they seem pretty close too.
Was because at the end of the chapter,
we
lost you, bro.
So can you just restart from what you were saying?
Yo, D3.
To do something?
Yo, D3. Yo, yeah, you're mad low, bro. You started cutting out halfway through what you were saying.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, my headset like died immediately. I was saying that. Do we think that when the chapter says a rush of emotions, is that referring to the person that got Luffy hurt? Is that referring to Kaido? Like maybe
rush of emotions
could be
at
both,
the end.
yeah. Maybe I'm looking too much into that detail in particular, but it makes me think: does he feel something for like doing this to Luffy? And if so, does he have any association with him as a character?
When I first read it, I just assumed it was the. You know what? You now that I think about it, it makes sense because when I just assumed it was the scene or how everybody felt on the scene, but that would include the CPO agent as well.
I didn't even pay attention to, like, I just think this nigga's like just a fucking mask, like, you know, killer. They just do whatever niggas say, but it really could be someone that would be OD. I can't even imagine.
Yeah, I think that would be cool. Next chapter, he takes the mask off, and it's just like fucking like somebody in chest is like Helmepo or something. Just pulls off the mask.
Helmepo, imagine.
I mean, we haven't seen Helmepo in a while.
Bro, that is not no damn Helmepo, bro. I'm shutting that shit down, bro.
I'm like Vito in that one.
You know, bro, I be entertaining this sometimes, bro. I'm not entertaining that one, bro. That is not no damn Helmepo.
I'm just saying that shit's funny. That's just funny if he just.
He said, "I'm shutting that theory down right now." Like, I am taking a hard stance.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, there's
bro.
no way this hard-bodied ass nigga, you know, like,
oh God, bro.
It's gonna be like, Luffy, I was so thankful for all, like, 1,000 chapters ago. Like, nah, bro, nah.
This guy has been in the story for 30, 40 chapters and has been a colder nigga than
probably
Helmepo has been since the start of the story, bro. Like,
you notice, like, his order was to, like, eliminate Luffy, right? And when he came up there, all he did was iron body his arm to let Kaido do it.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't even directly, like, attack Luffy in the same sense. So that it was kind of like very passive in a way. So like, and then he had that look at the end. I mean, it could be someone we know, maybe.
Yeah, either way, just to, like whoever that nigga is, my ratings for him have gone up a lot. Like he like you said, he just pulled up on the scene and grabbed this nigga arm. Like, he thought so quick and how he could, you know, in his own way affect the outcome. That was, like, I really rate that a lot. He did his thing. But
yeah, it was cool.
We better say our goodbyes to that nigga, bro. It's over.
It is.
Even if, bro, he had a hole in his chest. He wasn't making it out, but, like, Kaido is making sure of that next chapter.
Yeah, like that panel right there with Kaido's eye, just how.
Yeah, we have to talk about that.
Bruh.
he should.
So wait, I would just want to ask. So about that, then, his eyes, how he looks. Do we think that, like, at this point, because when he looked at Oda and his eyes remind me of a "not this again," no,
not like this.
That's definitely how he's feeling.
He's seeing past trauma again.
You gotta remember, Kaido was tight when he beat Odin the way he beat him.
Yeah.
He hated that shit. Like, he despised the way he beat Odin.
It was traumatic for him.
Yeah, and now again, he's in a fight where someone he considers to be just as strong, if not stronger, and the same shit happens. He doesn't get the 1v1.
This also goes into, like, how his thinking, like, how he thinks he's, like, cursed, that no one could kill him, you know, and, like, that's something, because he wants to die. We all know this of Kaido, and, like, seeing, like, these opportunities that he's had to die get interrupted each single time is, for him, is very traumatic. That's why he looks OD crazy, bro. Like,
yeah, and I think like the thing of Kaido, like, bro, he is down bad. Like, he actually, like, feels really terribly about himself, I feel like, because, like, clearly this moment has been stuck in his mind for 20 years, and now it's a repeat of that, and it's gonna fuck with him, like, forever, right? And
even if himself because he's not Joy Boy, right?
Well, I feel like he looked kind of, like, humble when he was laughing at the king about that, but I think he hates himself because he fucked up somehow. Because, like, there's a lot of moments where I feel like he kind of reveals how he feels, because, like, in the moment where the first time we see the drunken phases and stuff like that, and when he's sad drunk, he says, "Man, the castle got smoked. Like, how long did it take to build that 5 years? I can't even protect an own castle. Then he says, maybe I tried my best, but it wasn't enough. Like, that's some, like, actually depressing thing you should say, right? And when Big Mom lost, he said, how could I let this happen? You know, we promised we'd find the One Piece together, blah, blah, blah. And all the things he was telling Yamato and his projecting about how pirates are always going to betray you and stuff like that. I feel like he just, whenever his flashback happens, we're going to see how, like, fucked up his past was.
We're going to feel so bad for this dude.
Yeah, like, cause some shit happened to this guy, or maybe he wasn't adequate in some way when it mattered. And it's been haunting this guy ever since. Because this thing needs fucking help, bro. Like, someone needs to give this guy a hug, bro. I swear to God.
I'm saying, yeah.
So yeah, like, this moment to me is just like that panel is the fucking personification of all his fucking worries. You know?
It's one of the rawest panels, like double panels in one.
Yo, yeah, that whole spread is OP, bro.
Yeah, this whole spread is crazy. Yeah,
that's like a top 10 spread.
Facts, I completely agree. Yo, for me, okay, is it that one or the Momonosuke one where it's a dragon?
No, I lied. The dragon. Dragon's the best, but this is up there.
Yeah.
That one is to date by far my favorite page in the entire short story.
Yeah, Oda snap, bro. Yeah, Oda snap on
that page. That shit was so beautiful, man.
This might be a hot take, because I always gotta come with the hot takes.
I was gonna
always.
I don't believe that like Mr. G, what you said earlier about how Kaido wants to die and stuff like that. He was like, in a way, it almost feels like he was robbed of that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Kaido was, even if the CP0 agent did not interfere, I don't think Kaido was going to lose. I think Kaido was going to win either way. And the reason why is because throughout that entire fight, I mean, one, the fact that my guy was flirting with Luffy in the barrage of those attacks, that I was already done from there. But but even after that, Luffy was panicking. He's like, man, I need to end this. I need to end this with Gear Forth. And Kaido at one point in the panel, he said, what was it? He was like, Luffy was like, I need to end this with Gear Forth. And shoot, what did Kaido say? He said, oh, here it is. He's like, I can't lose. He's like, basically like, I can't lose here. And Kaido was like, wait. Kaido said, back for more, huh? And he said, how many times have I got left? This is my last Gear Forth.
Yeah.
I don't have time to wait. So he was like, is that so? Well, then you're in worse shape than I thought. Like, so I felt like, that's foreshadowing that, like, he was definitely going to lose there, especially with that last attack. He hit Luffy, and Luffy's smoke was coming out of his mouth, and he was about to run out of Gear Forth. And he had already hit him with a Supreme King Kong gun. And that didn't really do much. And at that point, he hit his homicidal drink phase. Like, he was ready to go for the kill. Like, Kaido was like turned up at that point. Like, oh, let's go. Like, and Luffy was just going to do another Supreme King Kong punch. That was before the homicidal phase. So I don't know. I don't think he was going to win that.
I completely agree. But I think what matters is that Kaido didn't know that.
Yeah.
And no matter what, it's going to be like, to him, this shit always going to have this, like
that was an opportunity. Like, you never know what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Regardless if Luffy was going to win or not at that moment, like, it doesn't.
We'll never know. We'll never know.
Exactly.
No one will ever know, and that's what fucks Kaido up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, it's gonna be traumatic for this nigga, like Mr. said.
I think the biggest thing though of why Kaido looks like that he was robbed of a 1v1. I mean, he was robbed of a gratification that he fully won. It's like I say, he won't fully know. He likes definitive results. I can tell. He's a fighting game player at heart. Because I mean, he's a pirate, and you know how pirates are. Even Luffy said this. He's like, there's no true right or wrong way for a pirate to fight. Just like when he fought Odin and he got that dub. I mean, it's a dub, so he's going to take it, but it still felt wrong to him. But he's a pirate, so he's going to take it. That's just how it is. Like, fighting game player, if you get if your opponent's controller fuck up, I mean, it feels wrong, but you might go to take it. It's just like it's the same philosophy. And, but he really wanted to prove that, like, Luffy, you can't win, or it's my victory. Just like when he won that other time, he said, like, oh, I should have decapitated you or something, took your head or something like that, literally, because now, you know, everybody thinks that, like, they're going to just paint you as a martyr, or like, they're just going to, you know, get more revved up, and I want to take that despair away. So Kaido is very thorough with how he wants things done. He don't like shit getting cheapened for him at all. Like, at all.
Yeah, no, it's really gonna fuck with him. I think another interesting thing about this chapter is the way the fight was going. I think this every time we see a Luffy vs. Kaido fight, I'm always like, yo, this is my favorite fight chapter of Wano. And then like another one comes, I'm like, yo, this is my favorite fight chapter. Like, this is my favorite fight chapter of Wano, bro. Like Luffy switching his Devil Fruit around a lot, like, even in Gear 4, and Kaido they went blow for blow, and then the last, like, you know, clash didn't happen, but like Luffy fucking him up with the Hydra, and then Kaido using Future Sight was fucking crazy.
That shit was cool.
That was cold, bro. And then he used, and another thing that I realized, that in the panel where Kaido like bites Luffy, he's in a weird dragon form. It's not his typical one. You can see his shoulders like right below his mouth and neck area, which is like usually like he has a way longer like body area until his arms.
He just turned his mouth.
He just barely turned. Yeah, exactly.
His mouth into a big enough dragon. Yeah.
And I feel like I remember saying like that the Big Mom fight was Devil Fruit centric, and this one is Haki. But like low key, the Devil Fruit use in this fight is kind of like wild. The way they're both showing mastery of their fruit.
Yep.
Well, we haven't seen an awakening yet, but like they're switching it up. They're like, it is, and we finally saw a Boron, like a blast breath, do something for once, bro.
That shit was cool, yo.
That blast breath shit was sick when he bit Luffy and then shot him down with the blast breath.
You know, when they did the combo, bro, that shit was fire, bro.
Like, that would be a finisher. That would be a level 3 easily.
Bro, man, Kaido got command grabs.
That was a Dragon Ball move. You knock him down and fire the beam down on him.
Yeah. It was just like that. I think this is like this is definitely my favorite fight chapter of Wano, like, again, and it kind of sucks to see like it not, like, I wish I could have seen how it ended, you know, but I think this is good. Like, I think the way this goes is good for like the narrative, and like, because I know a lot of people were feeling like this is too easy for Luffy, and like there's just no way you can fight Kaido like this one-on-one. And like Shai said, I didn't think he would probably win that clash either. But like, it was going so well for everyone. Everyone was getting down. Big Mom, Zoro, everyone, you know. And like, this is like, I don't know. I know a lot of people thought, myself included, we were gonna pan up here and they're just gonna scrap it till it was over. You know, I didn't expect this twist. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
that definitely came out of nowhere. Very surprising. We also were talking about before the show. I just wanted to bring up again how while Kaido was getting hit by Luffy's extendo fists and whatnot, and Luffy was changing the trajectory of his punches, Kaido specifically remarked that he was doing it, and he said rubber shouldn't be able to do this, or in the official translation he's like, it's impossible for rubber to do this, or something like that. So
all I said, bro, was last week, Luffy don't got the gum fruit, he's got something different. And what's it called? I was reading something, I think it was on Reddit, saying that Luffy could have, I don't know how I feel about this, but I don't think it's right, but they were saying that he could have like a Wukong fruit, like a Song Wukong type fruit. You know how,
I was gonna say that too. That he's like the staff.
Also,
like
we're saying
staff, Song Wukong.
Which answer, apparently, I think someone was saying a trait of his was to be immune to like lightning and all that stuff.
And stuff.
Which is like, and then I heard people like couldn't like saying that's not like, you know, it wasn't like a big thing. So we'll see. But yeah, I think that's one thing Oda has to explain is how he fought Eno. Like, if he can.
Yeah, if it's not rubber, it definitely has to be able to explain that.
If he can do that in a satisfying way, my nigga, I have no problem, bro.
So with the Song of Wukong, like, even like, you know how he has like the flying Nimbus. They're saying now that Nami has Zeus, that's the flying Nimbus. Like she's also the navigator to navigate him. So like, there's a whole bunch of interpretations about it.
But I mean, it's that. I feel like that
Extended
it's that that don't have anything to do with the devil fruit though. Like if it's the devil fruit power,
No, but
it wouldn't
just
matter.
the representation of it though, like
A
you know,
representation of that, like,
and then like
of some
the fact that the fruit, and then it goes with the whole thing, like how Oda tried to throw us off on like the name of the fruit, and like then Zunisha showed up.
Yeah.
Now this confirms that that fruit is definitely Luffy's fruit is the
Bro,
fruit.
I was saying it from
name.
jump because
You did.
people were saying like Tama and stuff, and I'm like, fam, like this character,
No,
like
you're right.
respectfully, is like a one arc character. I feel like, you know, like they're not gonna have some really like large important devil fruit. They have barely had a focus in the arc, right?
Yeah.
And they've brought up so many times like who's who that devil fruit, you know, like he's talking about Shanks and stealing the gum gum. Like, fam, if the gum gum was a regular ass gum gum fruit, what the fuck would Shanks want it? Obviously, there's the possibility that Shanks didn't know what fruit he was stealing.
Why would he steal it from an ad? Like, go.
But yeah, they
the
jumped a
length of
marine
stealing it
ship.
from an
They jumped a
admiral,
marine ship for it. Yeah, like so.
And then on top of that, why would he get put in prison for so long?
Yeah.
For fucking up the protection of that fruit.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, you know, I was doing some research, and I was seeing like what else, like when it comes to stretching powers in any fictional piece of media, like what else do they usually get from that? And when I think of like Mr. Fantastic, Rubber Band Man from Static Shock,
Plastic
and
Man.
like other characters, usually there's like a shape-shifting ability and stuff like that. And then it remind me of like Apocalypse from X-Men and how his ability technically is like, what is it again? The ability to basically turn like his body into like literally anything he thinks of.
I think so, yeah.
I was just about to say the same thing.
Yeah, like it's interesting. Maybe Luffy, because I mean, maybe these gears are like a representation of like Luffy's imagination to what he thinks he can do, because of the fact that he's rubber. I mean, you know what's funny? A lot of people like who he fight he hand waves a lot of their explanations away by saying I'm made of rubber. Like when he got when I will never forget this. When Big Mom and Kaido both smacked Luffy with fire and lightning repeatedly, in rapid succession, Big Mom was like, "How you survive that?" "I'm made of rubber." Kaido's like, "How you survive that?" And then just like,
yeah, I love that moment.
It's just like he just hand waves people's like curiosity to how the fuck you're surviving shit away by like just whatever.
Yeah.
But then it also begs the question, like, doesn't the devil fruit user who consume it just instantly knows the name of it though? So that's where I'm having a consistency issue.
So I reread that part of Eni's lobby, and Lucci said, once you eat the devil fruit, we'll know its name. But I think reading it, he meant it is in the sense of, once you eat the devil fruit, you're gonna turn into a giraffe, and we'll know it's a giraffe fruit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think he meant it in the sense that once you eat it, it's like, okay, I have the giraffe. Yeah, I haven't transformed nothing. I have the giraffe fruit. I do think there's like, I think devil fruit users have an inherent sense in how to activate and use a devil fruit. But like, I don't think that it means that literally. You know what I'm saying?
Did we have this convo before? Because I'm getting.
I feel like we had a little bit of it. Yeah, because yeah, I feel like I repeated this. Yeah. Because maybe I do think we talked about it. But yeah, so I think another important thing to note is that when the Gorosei were talking about the fruit, they're mentioning its awakening, right?
Yeah.
And not the fruit itself. Like they just said, it hasn't awakened for centuries. So if someone had Luffy's fruit back in the day and they knew how to use its awakening, that's probably explains that was a devastating part of it or whatever like special ability it has. That explains why people weren't. That explains why like Marineford, people saw it and they're not like, whoa, that's that legendary fruit or some shit, like, or that's that fruit Joy Boy had or something like that. They're just like, oh, it's the gum gum fruit, some whack ass shit. Yeah. But whoever had that fruit was doing them awakening shit with it. So I just feel like there's a lot of things that could be said about it and like how to rationalize how we got to this point. But Oda has to make it make sense for the rubber part and what we've seen so far, like how he can take bullets and stuff like that.
So I actually have an idea about that. So like, because when he was told like that it was a rubber fruit, like him being told that, like what Strawhat was saying, how like it's like whatever he thinks it is, because he was told that it was rubber, he thinks, oh, I'm rubber, so like that makes him rubber, and that's why he's able to like later on start making fire, like making an attack to represent Ace in a way, you know, like.
The reason I'm kind of shifty on that though is because like the first time he uses fruit was when he walked away from Shanks and Shanks grabbed his arm and he that's how people realized he ate the fruit because his arm stretched. Like they didn't tell him it was a devil fruit.
True,
he ate it
true.
and then they tell him. And also like the reason that is another thing that like the burning thing. I was reading the Fight vs Katakuri last night and like Katakuri like used burning mochi and Doflamingo used red hot strings, right? Like that has to kind of be explained. It's kind of I feel that's like some random bullshit they just pull out, you know. But I hope it's not some crazy power like that. Because as much as I'm cool with it being some unique special shit, I hope it's not some like OD like Sage 6 pads, like
Sage 6 pads, Naruto type beat.
I really don't want it to be like super OP broken. Like I want it to be a strong fruit. I want to understand why, like, it had its name change if it's something different. But I don't want it to be like, oh hey, I'm an MC type power.
Yeah, I feel like it has more narrative. Yeah, I feel like way too many shonens fall down that path.
Yeah,
and especially a lot of them.
Instinct. I don't want Sage of 6 paths. I don't want whatever bullshit Ichigo had by the end of the week. Like, I don't want that.
And a lot of these shows that they do it like that, and they'll start the character off as like your regular hero. You know what I mean? He's working hard for his shit. You know what I mean? He's learning, etc., and then by the end, oh yeah, by the way, you're the greatest fighter to have ever existed. You just didn't know it. Here's the memory. Go crazy, like
like do what you gotta do, bro. Like that shit is whack. It's
that would definitely suck. But so we all do agree that it's not the Gum Gum then. That it's probably not the Gum Gum.
It's definitely not the Gum Gum.
I mean, I'm still on the fence about it a little bit, but I'm leaning towards.
Yeah, I'm like 70%. Yeah, because I feel like
it's like
it could still be Oda like fucking with us, honestly.
Nah, I'm 100% on the train of.
I rate it.
The Gum Gum.
Understandable.
Also, it's 1 o'clock.
Fucking One Piece. All right, you out, D3?
Oh,
yeah, I'm
thanks
out.
for joining us, bro.
All right, for the side thing. Next crewmates is gonna be Yamato, and then there's gonna be Smoker and Tashigi. All right, I'll catch y'all later.
Oh,
Smoker Tashigi. We'll talk about that, bro.
All right, bro, take it easy, man. He said that shit and then left. That's crazy.
No defending his point. Was so high rated, bro.
Yo, the Kill Sage in the chat. I see you, brother, man. What's up?
Yeah, go ahead. I was just gonna say that so you know how y'all made those comparisons between like Naruto and Bleach, how they do that. I mean, One Piece is a part of the big three. I'm just saying they might have all like looked at each other and been like, yeah,
some like secret pact, like they just met one day at the office, they're like,
bro,
yo,
the story's too
cool
good.
If we all did this?
The story's too good to go down this path, man. I believe.
Nah, yeah, I saw one thing people like I see people like really like shocked that it's gonna be the gum fruit, like it's gonna be some like it's not the rubber fruit, and I've seen people are very scared, and like yo, I don't want that to happen. I'm like, yo, bro, why don't niggas just trust Oda? Like whatever happens, that nigga's the GOAT. He's gonna like you just gotta let him cook, and he's gonna deliver. You know what I'm saying?
So because we've been scarred by Bleach.
Yeah, that's facts.
I think Naruto is
but that's not Oda though.
Naruto might be actually no. I think Bleach
is way worse. Bleach is way worse for that. Like Bleach, the shit they did with Ichigo was just I don't know if anyone was reading it, so I won't say anything. But like they went crazy, bro. Like that shit was OD. Like Naruto, they hit him with the Sage 6 pass, and that was the one thing they did. I feel like actually Kurama too was bullshit, but hey man, that gave him a lot of actual problems in life. Like people, like
it worked into the story a little bit more. It wasn't just like dropped in just to inconvenience of the next boss battle or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. And I like this. Yeah, like the Kill Sage said, like that nigga Oda is like every time I read it, I'm like, yo, this nigga. Like this chapter, for example, I'm like, yo, I like they were talking about it, and in the beginning of the chapter, how he faked us out with Drake stabbing him. I'm like, yo, he's not gonna interfere, and then boom, he comes.
Right, because they made it look like he wasn't doing nothing after that. He had just got stabbed, even if they ended like the way they ended that specific thread or whatever. It was just them falling back from each other's attacks.
Yeah, we're like, whoa, are they gonna scrap now?
Like, we would have never expected him to have finished the job or the battle to be finished or whatever.
Yeah, no, and then so like, and all the ways the plot threads come into like 10 years, 12, 15 years in the future, like how Thriller Bark had like sowed all the seeds for Wano, and how it all like, dude, just trust Oda, man. It's gonna like no matter what he does, if it's the gum fruit or not, I'm sure it's gonna be in a satisfying way. At least I have faith and hope. You know 100%, what I'm saying?
100%.
Yeah. And I think another thing is that I wanted to bring up was that the title of the chapter in the Friday version was "Winners Don't Need Rationalizations," and who better to say that in its ironic sense than Kaido? Well, he was telling Luffy the samurai are weak. You know, they talk about a fake. You know, they talk about they're either cowards in Wano or they seek death in a way of like some sort of retribution for their failures, right?
Yeah.
And Kaido saying all that is like, bro, like that's kind of like ironic, you know, like you of all people talking about that and how this fight ends with him getting a dub in a, you know, with a what do they call that shit? A Mickey Mouse trophy, like a Mickey Mouse championship in NBA, like cause the bubble, like
don't go there.
He ain't really earning this shit.
Like he ain't really like like obviously he was probably gonna win, like Strawhat said, and I believe that. But like now, no one will ever know, right? So him saying that is him. I feel like he's kind of affirming how he won versus Odin. He's like, you know what? It's not my fault your stick came loose. It's not my fault your button wasn't working. It's not my fault you didn't say your buttons, nigga. I'm taking that dub.
Gotta hold
right?
that. Taking the dub.
but he doesn't believe that though.
Yeah.
Like he's saying it, but he doesn't believe it. And I think that's part of how he's such a fucking interesting character, man.
I think that he has 100% been projecting a lot. He's done it in this chapter. He did it when he was drinking. He's done it pretty much the entire rooftop fight. A lot of his dialogue has definitely makes it look like it's coming from somewhere within, you know what I mean? Something happened to him. Something happened to him in his past that gave him these ideals that he has right now.
Yeah.
And I need this flashback more than anything.
I need it, bro. You know what's funny? It's gonna be a break after next week. Like this week, there's a chapter like in like 5 days, and it's gonna be a break after that. And I swear to God, he's gonna end it with the beginning of the flashback.
The beginning of the flashback next week. I'm gonna be so tight, bro.
Mark my fucking words. I'm calling.
Yeah, I heard it here first. Straw Sit Down. YOHOHO, the revelation. We're gonna get it, and then you're gonna get a break. That would be very.
That's how he does things, bro. That's how he does things. I remember, like in Whole Cake, you know, the Mother Caramel moment, like the beginning of the flashback. The end of the chapter was them saying, 60 years ago, Elbaf. And it's like, yo, what do you mean Elbaf, nigga? Like, so I think he's gonna do it again. It's just,
yeah, definitely looking forward to it. I could definitely see him like
Valley of the Gods.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Oh my God, I wouldn't be able to make it next week, bro. I'm gonna fly to Japan. Talk to him, bro. Like,
he said, I need it one way or the other.
Yeah,
no cap.
Bro.
Yeah.
Like something like that. It's not happening.
No cap. Yeah, I could definitely see whatever the conclusion of the CP0 agent, and then him just sitting there. I think that's what D3. That is what D3 was saying though before he left. That was the big point he was making, that he would finish off the CPO agent and then sit there over Luffy's body, and then the flashback would start.
Yeah, like Xavier said in like a way earlier in chat, he was saying how like this is probably the rationalization for Luffy getting his 10 minutes to regain his haki.
Yeah.
And then that's how he's gonna, you know, rise up. But like another person said is that like Gear 4 wasn't enough, right? Gear 4 was not enough.
It was not.
And like Luffy said, and I feel like people were like so ready for Luffy to pull out Gear 5 or something like that, or like he can awaken
people were
his
stretching, bro.
And like in this chapter, I think proves that that's all Luffy had in the tank. He didn't have any extra powers, like secret techniques in the back. Like he said, bro, if I don't win this clash, it's over. Like it's just it's game. Like so he didn't have a Gear 5, or he didn't. And if he awakens, he didn't know he could do it.
Yeah,
that's what I'll say.
So like what you were saying with the Gear 5, people were even stretching and like taking one of the panels, and like they say like the the marks on his face, it's spelled out like 5th gear or some shit like that, like in the kanji.
On his like the blood on his face, right? Like
some shit like that, like the bruise, like, and I was just like, wow, like people are just
like niggas will want to see what they want to see, bro.
Yeah. But
I think that's pretty much it for the chapter, right? Is there anything else I wanted to bring up?
Yeah,
we went over a lot. It was.
Yeah, man, like it was a jam-packed chapter, but like it focused on like 2 things, right? So
yeah, right, because it was a lot within, but it was definitely only 2 scenes, maybe 3 scenes, in the
and a lot of
chapter.
fighting too. Like not too many words until like the little exchange they had about the winners and rationalizations, but like before and after that, bro, straight hands.
I think the choreography was beautiful. It was amazing. Like they were flying everywhere. I loved it. I loved every minute of those panels. Like it was just amazing.
S plus chapter. All right. So we done been through our chapter review. We're just gonna get into a little discussion. We put a little poll on Twitter to ask you guys to help us decide what our extra topic could be about, because we wanted to do a little bit extra in celebration of the 10th episode. And the winner of the poll was to discuss who will be the next Straw Hat member, right? Because we know the Straw Hat crew isn't done yet. We gotta get at least one or two or more of these guys in here to truly be a Pirate King's crew. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, I think it's maybe a little bit of an X factor, like, you know, and I think we should start with talking about my man D3's predictions, right?
I think before that we should try and get some candidates together, right?
Oh, facts.
We should try and get a pool of people who we can think could possibly join, right? Who could possibly join the next crew. Definitely know Yamato's in there for sure.
The number one candidate, probably. Like
probably number one candidate, Yamato, 100%. We also have what's the bunny chick's name? Carrot. Thank you.
Carrot.
I don't know why that easy ass name escaped me. And we have Carrot as well. Now D3 said Smoker and Tashigi. And Tashigi. Yeah. Okay, so we could throw them in there too, because why not, right? Is there anybody else who could possibly be?
So there are a couple of people. There's who y'all said, and then there's also I heard Momoshiki. Momo, he can be.
Oh man, yeah, of course. That's another good one.
Yeah, and then
some people think Tama. I'm just gonna say that.
And Tama, yeah, that's another one too.
Tama.
My man D3 in the chat says Sabo too, maybe.
Sabo? Oh, you going crazy with the predictions.
He says Sabo.
We don't even know where Sabo's at. He's just gonna pull up at the end like, yo, can I pull up?
Yo,
okay.
real quick, yo. My boy was thinking like, yo, what if Sabo was a CP0 agent? Like he got, like he's being held hostage. I was just like,
I would be so fucking lost.
That'd be
bro.
OD,
Like, nah,
bro.
Nah. But yo, imagine they captured him and they used him like Kuma. Oh.
Like, not even just that, or like he has his boys, like, you know, like the three of them that got kidnapped and like, you know, they're being held hostage by the military.
Yeah.
I don't know. You never know. But when he said that, I was just like, nah.
No, that would be crazy. But the one thing I will say is that we saw the CP0 member in Just Rosa, I think, and Sabo was there too. I just, that would be crazy, but I think we know it's not him.
I can't get behind that. I don't know how you can spin that to make that.
Shut this one down
when he brought it up, I was like, that's interesting, but I don't think so.
My nigga said Katakuri too? Yo, this nigga's okay.
I've been saying Katakuri. I've been saying Katakuri.
I think
I see Katakuri being an ally in the future, but like
I see him being an ally.
So you know what? Let's focus on the next immediate Straw Hat, right?
Yeah.
So then that would take out Smoker and Tashigi, because I doubt they're gonna just pull up to the island at the end and be like, "Hey, can we join?" So it would probably be somebody on Wano right now, right?
Yeah, it's probably between, I feel like, Yamato, Carrot, Momo, Tama.
Well, hold up, wait. His theory about Smoker and Tashigi is not unfounded, because there is a theory that if you watch Mr. Morge's channel, he's a big subscriber to the fact that Smoker and Tashigi is going to, or mostly Smoker, is going to join the Straw Hats. And I think he does believe that Smoker is legitimately the next Straw Hat, like not even just like later down the line type thing.
Oh, I mean, if you have
there's a whole chain of videos that leads to this theory. Maybe if y'all haven't seen it, I'll link it into the chat. But it's convoluted.
I peeped it, and I like he's spinning, but I think I like the idea more of Smoker helping them. Like I said with Katakuri, I don't see him joining the crew. I feel like to join the crew, there's like a little bit of a dynamic you need to have. You know what I'm saying? I can't picture Smoker being full-fledged, Straw Hat.
I get what you mean. There's definitely a dynamic and an energy.
Yeah, like an energy
and Smoker wouldn't fit in there.
Yeah, I don't see it. I know DT said he was kidding, but people do believe Smoker, I'm telling you, that Morge, like Strawhat said, that Morge video was actually not, like, it was actually kind of compelling and believable. I don't believe the Straw Hat part, but him helping out, and because he brought up the point in that Smoker ever since Alabasta embodies your own justice thing, and him having conflicting ideas of what justice means and when compared to the Marines, which he truly believed in, right? So that part is how, you know, Luffy, how he's seen Luffy's great acts from then to Punk Hazard to Dressrosa, and he's saying he believes how, like, that's gonna motivate him to help Luffy in the end, and, you know, not betray the Marines but find his own justice, kind of like Aokiji, right? So that, I think, is an interesting point, but I don't see him being a Straw Hat. That's what I'll say.
But, yeah, you could definitely explain it to us next week. You know, when we have the next show and whatnot.
That'd be crazy.
So as far as
I have to think, fuck Carrot, not a Straw Hat.
Yeah,
Wow.
just like that. Damn, bro.
Yeah,
You went crazy.
Nah, bro, nah.
What's wrong with Carrot?
Bro, she got off-screened in Wano.
What do you mean?
Oh, come on.
I mean,
Bro, her fight didn't get time in Wano. We saw her Su Long versus Paris Pearl, and then the next time we saw them, they were on the ground. Like
It happens, bro. Should be like that.
that's the Straw Hats, my nigga.
I think some straw hats have been off screen before.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Well,
I gotta think.
Usopp and Nami when they were with the because like once they were fighting Ulti.
I wouldn't say off screen because they were both still.
It was like
they were still kicking.
we saw how that fight progressed, and we saw how it ended up coming to a head in front of Big Mom, and then she smoked page 1. Now I'm got the dub on Ulti in the end. Bro, Carrot, the only thing she ever did was take out a few ships in the end of Hawkins Island. I reread that shit last night. I don't even tell me otherwise. She literally had a chapter of her going through, you know, ships, which was fire. She actually pulled up, and that shit was fire to look at. Like, her form was sick, and it was actually really surprising. But, bro, like, she is a glorified background character. Like, with all due respect. Actually, disrespect.
I think she's still coming.
You said
into her own.
disrespectfully. That's what
I think she's still learning.
Like, I think if that's a Straw Hat, I feel like we've lost the plot for like what.
Damn, you seriously feel are against this shit?
Bro,
Like
yes,
seriously?
Bro. Yes, bro. I just don't think she's a like.
Yeah.
She has had some sick moments and stuff, and like I feel like it was like the end with Pedro when he took himself out, and what it meant to her and her sacrifice. But like, and his sacrifice, excuse me. Like, I just don't think she's fleshed out enough. I don't think she has enough moments. I don't think, and like I said, bro, you can't be getting off screen in Wano, bro. Like,
I want to take your point, and I just want to play opposite end of the spectrum a little bit.
sure, bro.
On the other side of, because we could say Carrot and Yamato are probably the top 2 contenders.
I don't
right?
want Yamato on the crew either.
I was gonna say, I think Yamato is on the other end of the spectrum in that she might be a little bit too strong. She's
getting all of it. Yeah, that's why I think that's why I'm not like 100% on her being a tribe, because like it's almost too obvious. She literally told Luffy, "Man, I want to sail with you. Like take me out to sea, right?"
Yeah.
And I don't mean to be a fucking Debbie Downer on all these characters, but like I think Yamato for me is that all the Straw Hats that we've seen have been a big part of their arc for a long time. Wano was like since 906 or something like that, and it's been 137 chapters since. And Yamato has been here for like half the arc, right? Like 40, 50 chapters, right? So I think that is kind of like shaky, you know what I'm saying? She hasn't interacted much with the other Straw Hats, you know what I'm saying? But then again, Rebecca was really, I guess she had some with Robin, but that's like all I can
Well, I mean,
but even then, she didn't even join the crew. So yeah, my point is that I feel like Yamato is mad strong, and it's kind of being forced on our throats to the point where I'm like, maybe Oda's not really gonna go this way.
I can definitely agree with. It might be a little bit too obvious because they definitely are making it seem like that's like the number 1 contender. That's who's gonna join. I will say though that, it definitely would not be the shortest amount of time it's taken a Straw Hat to join the crew.
Like yeah, Brook was like literally frame 1. He's like, "Yo, you want to join my crew?" I was like, "Yeah."
Right.
Yeah,
But it was the bond they created through that whole arc from the beginning to end.
Yeah, I was about to say like it. I wouldn't. Okay, so there were 2. No, let me take that back. I would say out. Okay, fine. Minus Robin, I'll take that away. There are 2 times where it felt like, I mean, a crew member wasn't a full-fledged crew member until certain like parameters were met, and that were Brook and Nami. Nami because she technically didn't join until like fully till Arlong, because before she said, she didn't say she would join your crew, but I'll tag along and stuff. And then when the Arlong situation happened at the Barantier and stuff like that, she was like, tell those guys, whatever, and then she betrayed them. And Brooke, when you, like you said, like, hey, you want to join my crew? Sure. But then he was like, oh, like, wait a minute, never mind, I can't, because da-da-da-da. Like, and then later it was like, okay, now everything's settled. This is my backstory. This is about who I am. Da-da-da. Okay, now I'll join. Like, that's like, and Robin kind of, just because she was on some, like, we didn't know fully her intentions back then until later down the line in Water 7, when she fully, like, gave herself in terms of, like, who she was, her background and everything like that I would say, like, she felt then like a fully fledged Straw Hat, because up to that point she wasn't even on the joking stuff that they were on until, like, at the end of Water 7, when they were having that big party and Aokiji talked to her behind that fence or whatever. And then when she came over there, they were being silly. She was like, hey, I want to join, do that too. And they were like, what? Like, yeah. So she was, like, fully ingrained into the Straw Hat culture at that point. So
that's a good point. It could be a matter of someone warming up to them, right? Like, I could definitely see that. That's fine.
Yeah, but
I see Otama. I see but going off of, like, what you're saying, but, like, with, like, subtle hints throughout the story, like the fact that Ace made a promise to Otama to take her out to sea, I do see Luffy honoring that. You know what I mean? And she has a very interesting power. Like, she already fucking doing mad work in this war, as is already. But I just think that the certain parameters, I think we'd be foolish to, like, guess what parameters Oda puts out, because he could change it up on us whenever. And I mean, it's so many things. It would be because, like, he shows us different candidates, right? Yamato says, I'm going to go out to sea with you. Otama was given a promise by Ace. It's not impossible for Drake joining them for a bit. You know what I mean? Like,
actually, I didn't even think about that. That now that he's going against them and allied with the Straw Hats.
It's not. I
guess it's not completely out of the question. So go ahead.
I feel like Drake has, like, because he's the captain of Sword. I don't think he can just, like, roll with like, he could probably help them and stuff like that, but I feel like he has an obligation. I feel like, because they saved Drake as a kid, right, in that Opiopi no Mi situation, where, like, because it was his dad who had the fruit that was selling to the government, and they saved him and they brought him, and that's how he became a part of the Marines and supposedly Sword, right, because he's close with Sengoku or whatever. But yeah, like, or that's my guess. So I feel like he has, like, an obligation to them. You know what I mean? But maybe that's not me just dissing Drake, I swear.
And I mean, 2 times in the series where a villain became, or supposed villain became a Straw Hat. I mean, like, Frankie was antagonistic directly to Luffy at the beginning of Water 7, and then became a Straw Hat. Robin was working with the enemy as the number 2 person of the whole operation. And they had guns pointed at her and everything. Like, they were ready to kill.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, it's as you said, like, parameters is hard to figure out, like, what exactly it is. I do say, though, that, like, with the candidates we have laid out, these are, like, the most popular candidates because of the parameters people try to use in the past to try to figure out, like, who would be the next Straw Hat. You had to have the sad backstory for 1. You have to have a dream for 2. You have to, like, be crucial to the arc in some type of way. 3, like, and all those type of things. If you look at all of our candidates, all the candidates are missing one of those things, 1 or 2 of those things. Funny enough, like Yamato, she has more screen time, but she did come out of nowhere. And then on top of that, she doesn't really have, like, a dream a grand dream outside of just going out to sea, which she could just achieve by herself. She don't need the Straw Hats for that.
Well, and she's been trying, though. That's the whole thing. Like, she's been trying to go out to sea and she hasn't.
Yeah, and then, like,
Kaido.
Yeah. I'm just giving like what arguments I've heard, and then 2, Carrot, she doesn't have. I mean, she may have the potential dream to live up to like what Pedro wanted for her and stuff like that, but she has the attitude of a Straw Hat, but she doesn't have like the crazy backstory or anything like that. So it's like it's hard to pinpoint for a lot of characters. Like Tama, she has like a lot of the stuff, but then she's not like strong in terms of like as a fighter, but she don't need to be, right? But then she's a kid, so it's like I don't know.
That's the big thing for me, honestly.
Yeah,
but there's kids on pirate crews like Shanks and Buggy, like they were kids on fucking.
But they were like 13.
And then Shanks specifically made it a point to not bring Luffy with him on his ship as well. So
yeah, and remember when Roger. Speaking of Pedro, man, like when Pedro met Roger at Zoe, and he's like, "Take me with you," and he said, "You're on standby," you know, like you got next, you know. So I do think that like Xavier says Blackbeard's a kid too, and like I said, I feel like those guys are like just a bit older than Tama. Like Tama is like, I feel like she's like 7 or 8, max, right? And I feel like
she's been through shit though. She's seen shit though,
and
she has power that you know is really fucking like crucial. Like you know, like.
But you know what I think actually? I want to bring this up earlier, but I actually feel like her power is kind of convenient for the combatants of Wano.
Of course.
Right?
No, 100%. I was gonna say that. I wouldn't say like it's generally crucial to like or.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
and shit, for sure.
Yeah,
but, like,
but it wouldn't come. I don't think it would come into handy as often.
I don't think she can control pure zones, and I think
she can't control pure zones. I think it was confirmed that she could only. I think it was confirmed it only works.
Yeah, I think she threw it at one of someone, but yeah. So, like, and the smiles are like the only. Wano's only person gonna find smile fruits, right? Or like for the most part, where it's gonna be a big thing. And I feel like her ability was tailor made for this arc, right? So I that's what I think about her power. I don't think it's like the most general thing, but I could see it. And I think more specifically, if her fruit, like if it's not Luffy's and it's her fruit, and like her fruit has some sort of crazy capabilities, maybe I could see her being like an important character in the future, and then they bring her along to whatever. Right, I could see that.
So what I was thinking, like, kind of like out there. I was thinking, because I know you guys brought up Momo. I was actually thinking his sister, Hiyori.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because we don't know exactly what her power is. She definitely has something, but she has a story. She like having Momo stay on Wano to grow up into being the Shogun. You know, to like earn his place while Hiyori takes his place on sea. I can see that happening because you know she's been like behind the scenes this whole time growing up. Like maybe she'll take on Odin's role on being on the sea with the crew and stuff. You know, it was just something that I was thinking about, but you know, I don't really have.
I know. I thought about it for a little bit. Matt, it's actually pretty interesting. Yeah, I feel like she feels way more damsel in distress than Momo. You know what I'm saying?
But then meanwhile, she's doing shit right now. Like
she's about to go ham. Yeah, she's about to go ham. And it's funny, actually, bringing up Momo. One reason it's so dumb. One reason I actually think he might not be on the crew anymore is because he looks just like Odin. Like Odin already went to Raftel.
I keep forgetting he's fucking aged too. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, he's 28 now, and he looks literally just like Odin according to Shinobu, right? I hope she meant Odin, but yeah. So that was like a dumb reason, but like if he looks just like him, you know, if he talks like him, it's gonna be like a No, I don't actually think that, but it's something I've been like a little bit. I think that I'm not gonna lie. Like,
so I don't think it, but I kind of do think it.
Yeah.
It'd be like that though. Yeah, no, it makes sense.
I actually think it's like the opposite. I think Momo will still go out to. I think if anything, I'm not 100% sure, but if there's anything I believe, I think Momo will go out to sea, and then Hiyori will be the Shogun. And the reason why is because
he knows the politics. That actually makes sense. Yeah,
because Momo, he doesn't like. He still he said he didn't want to take up Odin's sword until he was strong enough. I don't think that 20-year like instant time skip for his body made him strong enough to wield the sword yet. Zoro, that for one, Hiyori, she only has that strong bond with Zoro. And Momo got that with everyone on the Straw Hats, like everyone, which is like kind of important. and he's more intrinsical to like Luffy in terms of like development and relations. So Momo has that going for him. He has the sad backstory. We've seen it several times. He has the dream. Plus, on top of that, the Zueisha stuff. Zunisha stuff. That is like grand plot stuff. So I think Momo has a better chance at becoming a Straw Hat than I think anyone else at this point. But
I'm with you, bro.
You guys honestly think that? That's crazy.
I actually think, I actually believe that Yamato is like, cause they literally sell merch with her on it with Straw Hats. Like, I just think it's like, so I think that's like a low-key a given that she's gonna be on the crew. But that also makes me think like it's too in our face. But I know in my heart of hearts, like she's gonna be next. I feel like, but I would like Momo to keep going with them. I do. That's my guy right there. I fuck with him a lot, especially this arc after he fucking sacrificed 20 goddamn years. And one thing to go with the Hiyori and Momo, like who's staying on Wano, like for Momo, it was only a few months ago that Odin died, and like
Hiyori's been years.
Hiyori's been here in the trenches for 20 years, like seeing the devastation of her people and stuff like that, being right under the Shogun's nose, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like she definitely has that claim, you know what I'm saying? It reminds me of when Ashura Doji said to Kinemon, it's like, bro, you were gone for 20 whole years, like you don't know what it was like here, you know? Yeah. So that, like, I feel like that could be why Hiyori feels like the more rightful choice to be in the moment, you know, and like while Momo continues to go out to sea, gain experience, you know, grow up to be the man that he is. Because like
Zoro will train him too. He'll train him the way
he'll keep training him because we saw them working together. So I think that because like Straw Hat said, like it just aged him up. Like, you know, he still has the same. He's still a kid.
Mentality, yeah.
Like the beginning of last chapter, the one last week, he was asking Yamato, like, am I a coward for not wanting to open? Like, I feel like that focus has, like, we still have to see him grow, even though he's gonna, you know, do his thing in this arc, you know, somehow stop the island or whatever. Like, I would be dope to see him continue to grow with the Straw Hat. That would be very, very sick. I wanted to ask what you guys think of the angle for Yamato. People say she's too strong to be the Straw Hat. Like, she will break up the dynamic of the monster trio. You know what I'm saying?
So, here's the thing about that. Even if she's too strong right now, it literally doesn't matter. Oda will just write everyone else to be stronger. That's literally just how it's going to be. It's been like this like several times where the power dynamic of the crew has come into question. Several times when Robin was introduced, and think about it from back then, from the standpoint of like when she was like put as a Straw Hat, or when characters were first like Robin thought it was going to be power creep in the crew. Frankie, because I mean there was at a point where Frankie kind of looked more impressive than like Sanji and a couple of other characters, because he was the first, fun fact, he was the first character to make any member of CP9 sweat because of how strong he was, where he like punched what's his face, the fourth strongest guy in the CP9 that Luffy revealed Gear second to.
Oh,
Bluno, yeah. I was about to say Bluno.
Door guy, right?
The door guy. Yeah, no, because I remember he's like, yo, this thing kicks me and I have my iron body on it. I still feel it. Like, this guy's mad strong, right? No, I remember that.
Yeah, but Frankie was the first one because he picked him up and he like, what did he do again? I think he like punched him or he did something, and Bluno felt it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh shoot, like, and Sanji, he did the spin kick on the train, like he spun around and then kicked him, and then the Bluno like he felt that too. So it was like, okay, is Frankie like on Sanji's tier? Is he like Zoro? Like what the? So there was a moment of like, you know, clear uncertainty about how strong he was, but usually Oda, he makes it clear at some point by doing something. Like, oh no, Robin, she could only take this person from Sky Island. Oh, Frankie, he can only handle, I mean, like the tier list with the one dude from CP0, the big dude, where you punch him and to find out your power level or whatever, Frankie fought him and stuff like that. Like, these are where they rank. So Oda will make it clear. So I think that it wouldn't be too much of a problem if that was the case, because Yamato, sure, she's strong, but even if she joined stronger, they'll just make Zoro and Sanji stronger, and then that will not. Oh yeah. And how can I forget Jinbei?
Yeah.
Duh, Jinbei. Because I remember when Jinbei joined, everybody was like, "There's a new monster trio," or "It's no longer the monster trio." Like no, Jinbei is still the monster trio. Jinbei, I mean Sanji, and I think we can agree at this point that Sanji and Zoro surpassed Jinbei.
Yeah, they had stronger opponents in Wano. Like,
yeah.
100%.
So, like, and Jinbei, and it's not even to say Jinbei's weak, because Jinbei like slept his opponent like very easily. So I'm pretty sure he could have taken on a commander. But I think it's like at this point, like Sanji and Zoro are like stronger than Jinbei, and then like Yamato, if they put her on the crew, Sanji and Zoro will just surpass her. Or if they not already have, because
I was gonna ask how far do you guys think the power discrepancy is between Yamato and Sanji Zoro right now?
Like, I think there's like a level like now that Zoro has advanced conqueror's haki, I don't think it's like that big, but
Yamato has it too.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's I think now Zoro and her are close.
And then, like, on top of that, like, Zoro scarred Kaido. Yamato only made his, like, lip bleed. Like...
Yeah, but she held out how long?
Yeah,
by
true.
herself.
Yeah, that was huge.
But the fact that we're even having this conversation right now where we can go back and forth about it should let you know, like, Yamato isn't, like, that much above them. And Sanji could be low-key comparable, too, honestly. Like, he dealt with Queen easier than Zoro dealt with King. So what does that say? Like, you know what I mean? He can
I feel like that's a little unfair to say since Zoro fought Kaido before that, and Sanji didn't really do much. You know, like I think Sanji was more in healthier standings at that time than Zoro was, definitely.
Yeah. You know? I mean, it's just that, like, what I'm basically saying is, I personally don't think that the power creep is that real. Like, I think
I agree with that.
I think they're comparable, and at the end of the day, if Yamato joined, it still wouldn't change the dynamic of the monster trio. I think Yamato will be like pushing it, like she's like pushing the monster trio, but
why not?
At best, like she's just pushing the group, but she's not like invading the group.
Yeah, I know.
We just turned it to the top four, yo. Fucking Fantastic Four right there, bro.
Yo, facts. I gotta throw Jinbei in there too, bro.
Yeah, dude, you got the Fast Five. There you go, fucking
Fast Five.
Calvin Diesel, yo.
Alright, so boys, who do we want personally in there?
I like Yamato. I actually would not mind Yamato at all. Like, that's honestly probably my favorite contender. Like, I like Kara. I think she's adorable, but I also don't think that she would benefit the Straw Hats as much. And like Y has said, she hasn't really accomplished too much while she's been introduced in the story. She'd be cute, you know what I mean? But I don't think she would be as beneficial as like a Yamato would be.
So what, like, so you know how like each crew member has like the thing that they do on the ship, right? Like Jinbei's the you know, like the helmsman, Frankie is the shipwright. So I was thinking, like, what would Yamato be? Would Yamato be like the historian in a way?
Yeah, like the
keeping
scribe
a log?
or whatever.
Yeah, like the scribe, like exactly like what Odin was doing. You know, and then what does Carrot bring to that? You know,
I think Carrot was working as scout, right? She like got up on the thing or whatever.
Yeah,
and she was I think I forgot to actually mention that we didn't even talk about the fact that last chapter they revealed that the contents of like Laugh Town stuff wasn't in the journal, so that was a big barrier of entry for Yamato, right?
Yeah, that was a big point. Everyone was like, "There's no way Yamato could join. She knows the freaking contents of Odin's journal. That's literally." Like cut in that, like that's it, like that was it. Like now, like
it opens up a lot for her.
Yeah, like I personally want Yamato. I ain't gonna hold you, but what I try to figure out what makes sense.
Yeah,
like and like there's so
much.
Like
the Momo one.
Yeah, like the Momo one makes the most sense to me, but then there's also the promises that Tama was made. And I know Oda don't like to let promises just go like down the drain. So it's hard. I don't know. I
agree with that. But I do think for right now it's possible that Momo stays on Wano, right? Learns from the scarabs and him and Otama, like they grow, right? And then later on come and join them. Just like how like Vivi was like, I gotta stay in Alabasta, do my thing here, but I'm a definitely try to join up with you guys later. You know what I mean?
And I think that's actually gonna happen sooner rather than later, right? Because Sabo has Luffy's Vivi card.
Yeah.
And we know they were involved in some sort of incident, right? So like that Vivi could be the next try. She could move to Wano, bro. Like,
you know, like
she already was try. But yeah, no, I agree with that point where Momo like could potentially come back at some point because, and we actually do have to realize, excuse me, that Momo is some sort of important figure. He can't die here. Yamato uses the words, "You are the one who will bring the world to its dawn." And I realize now that they said that about the Straw Hats and Luffy, and also now Yamato says about Momo like more than a few times. So Momo is definitely gonna have some sort of future role in the story. So does it come at him being in Wano, or does it come with him coming through with the crew? You know what I'm saying?
I feel like the thing is, it's like what happens to Wano though if he leaves? Who takes over?
I think we said like Hiyori could definitely like take that status.
Could be Yamato also. Like I saw some stuff where people said like Yamato could take over.
If they don't give the fucking free rights back to the kingdom, bro, that is not liberation, bro. That is like come on, man. They're gonna give this nigga son like or daughter the same thing that he conquered? Like, nah, it has to be Hiyori or Momo. Bro.
I think I think it would be Hiyori, and then at best, if Yamato didn't join the crew, she would just be protecting Hiyori as a fighter for the kingdom. But I think like it's like you said earlier about Momo being like wishy-washy about opening up Wano. Maybe leaving with the Straw Hats again and finding out more about the world will change his mind about whether Wano should open or not.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible.
That could be the case, bro. Yeah, no, now that I think about it, I could, like that kind of gives like, and another thing to think about is it doesn't just have to be one person, right?
Right, that's what I was gonna bring up. So it could definitely be more than one. Because we got that at the end of Water 7. We ended up getting, well, I guess Robin was already on the crew, but like officially, she had no loose ends, and she was on the crew along with Frankie.
Yeah, exactly. It could be that. Like now that I think about it, I could see both Momo and Yamato. Like, personally, I don't really. I think I feel like Yamato for me has felt kind of like almost thrown into the arc a little bit. Like I wish we got way more of her during the Act 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And but she's so interesting, and I think it could be really really dope if she joins. So I'm not against it or anything. But I do love Momo. That's my guy right there. I'm very impressed with his arc. So I didn't dislike him, but I was like, man, this kid's kind of annoying. But now that like this arc, he has really grown a lot. You know what I'm saying? Ever since in Zou when he like bowed his head to Luffy, I was like, you know what, this kid knows when to put his pride away.
So good.
Yeah. So like I could see it being. I would love if Momo joined, if, like officially and like came through for the rest of the story.
Yeah, and I think that it's like you say, we could get multiple crewmates. That's happened before where like, well, I get if you count, like I said, if you count Robin at that point in Water 7, like being officially truly like a Straw Hat, then sure, because then you had Robin, then Frankie, and stuff like that. But it's like so I noticed like we were shying away from Carrot, so I'm kind of going to cape for Carrot a little bit. First of all, Carrot will join the stock.
Oh my god.
But I think like her portrayal as far as like being like a Straw Hat or whatever, it has been cool because when they showed the spreads of like the like what was it when after the Odin flashback and all the pirate ships came and stuff like that, you notice like she was on that big spread of like the Straw Hat crew. Where like they're the first time they're together, like in like how many years has it been since since Dressrosa? Because
that's when they split.
That was the last time like all the Straw Hats were together in Dressrosa. That's a long time, like in years. That's a long
time. Yeah.
And Oda made it apparent with that spread, like the Straw Hats are here, like they're together, and Carrot was in that spread. So is that foreshadowing? Is it like, like, hey, hint, Carrot, like
it could be. It could be all three of them niggas, like him, her, Yamato, Momo, like, because I actually wonder, like, if, because the other option for Carrot is that she just goes back home to Zou, right? Wait, Zunisha's here actually. Now that I think about it, like she could just stay on Zou, like, because it's here. I was thinking she goes back, but I was like, wait, motherfucker's right here. So now my point really doesn't really fly.
Wait, no, it's just the fighting force of Zou, right? It's not like everybody from Zou is there.
No,
right?
But I mean, like, Zunisha is literally here. So I was gonna say she could go back home. Right. But yeah, like I think on the Wano, it's like the Shishi Lions, and then it's Wanda and Carrot, and a few other minks. Like I don't think it's everyone. So yeah, like I was thinking she had like there was no choice for her but to continue with the Straw Hats. But like Zunisha's right here, so she could just retire here for a little bit. But no, I could see her as easily. I know I was just dissing her, but I could see her as easily just coming through. Like she's been here, right?
Yeah, and then go ahead.
Real quick, I know that a few years ago there was an interview with Oda, and he was saying this was during Whole Cake that the next crewmates are gonna come like consecutively, like quickly, more than like how they have been before. So I do see
he said that?
Yamato and Carrot joining, and like maybe another person joining after this big event. You know what I mean? Because Wano is like the big event that we've been talking about for who knows how long now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see. I searched it up. Yeah, you're right. He apparently said that.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So it looks like it's confirmed. We're gonna get at least 2 here. Then it's gotta be.
Like it could be. Yeah. Wow. I never even.
Yeah, that's sick. That gives a lot of insight on the discussion, though. 100%.
Yeah, man.
You think about it like that?
Yeah, that kind of changes some things.
Yeah.
Because if you try to make the story fit that only one person will be a Straw Hat, then the stuff where you're like, okay, well, Yamato will stay behind, or Hiyori will well, stuff changes then at that point.
Yeah, and like honestly, one thing that I've noticed is that like the crew mates have gotten less and less shine as they've come through. Like, Brooke has didn't even get a fight in Wano so far, right? And Robin and Frankie, they get their shine a lot, but I feel like these, like the first 5, I think the East Blue 5, like they get a lot of moments and narrative talking and pushing the story forward. So honestly, like even if they're Straw Hats but not as fleshed out, or because I mean the story has to fucking go on. We can't spend time on everyone, as I was just dissing Carrot for her non-interactions, but no, I could really see all 3 of them joining, honestly.
And we got a good amount of stuff. I mean, Carrot up to this point has been great. Her interactions with the crew members individually, especially Nami, they seem like a great pairing. She's a good pairing with Chopper. Like she has her moments. Yamato so far is only been with Luffy. Wait, has any other Straw Hat?
Bro, I don't even think they've seen her, bro.
Oh wow.
No, Frankie saw her, didn't he?
Oh yeah, she took out a number for Frankie. That's it.
Okay. So one of
that was a good memory, dude. Yeah, you be saying you don't know, but you did that, bro.
Every once in a while, bro, the light bulb clicks. Every once in a while, bro.
Yeah, no. So boom, 2 Straw Hats, a grand total of 2 Straw Hats have seen Yamato.
Yeah, so it's just like we get in the interactions and stuff like that. Yeah, even if they're not as fleshed out as like the East Blue 5. They still are more fleshed out than a lot of freaking anime characters, side characters are anyway. So it don't matter to me.
yeah. Like honestly, because all those people. The thing that I was talking about, that I was against Smoker joining, or kind of Curry or whatever, was that the dynamic and feel. I feel like all 3 of those people have that dynamic and feel and energy to be Straw Hats.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
I agree.
Like I could easily see them on the crew. I feel like Yamato, like just has to get a bit more just actually interacting with the crew, and we'll see how that goes, but I could easily see all 3 of them.
Ooh, yo, curveball. Fujitora, after this arc, Fujitora comes, sees his land is all free, and he's like, "Yo, fuck the military, Luffy, I'm with you guys."
Oh, a whole admiral.
No.
The only reason, the only reason why I wouldn't agree with that is because he did that in Dressrosa. They're not gonna have him do the same thing twice.
Yeah, he said he's gonna use the system, but no, that would be fucking crazy.
That would be sick.
Well, they already accomplished what he already accomplished what he wanted to. Yeah, the abolish of.
I feel that's one step. I feel like just one step though. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, well, that was his one step. We don't know what else he wanted.
Yeah,
for sure.
Like that was his main reason for joining them.
Right.
But that'd be crazy.
That would be insane. I would flip the fuck out. But what do we think of Tama? Because I think we also stretched away from her a little bit. Do we think that promise means? I think the biggest reason is that promise to Ace.
Yeah.
Just like how we hold credence to the dreams that Yamato won because she was inspired by Odin going out to sea. Are we going to hold the same dealings when it comes to Tama and her promise to Ace, someone who she was inspired by as well? But this was an actual promise directly from someone who's related to Luffy.
Yeah, I feel like
the mantle?
Yeah. I feel like wasn't as with the idea at first, but with that information that we're gonna get the next few crewmates in succession or quickly, you know what I mean? And if we take that into account and assume that we're gonna get 2 members here, I could definitely see Yamato definitely being one of the members, and then if it ends up being Momo or Tama, one of the kids, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That could be Yamato's role, you know what I mean, to look after the young one on the ship, you know what I mean? And that could also be her power scaling, because she would still be strong, but if every fight she's sitting here having to look after the kid, she's not going to be doing too much, you know what I mean?
True.
So that would just be my thoughts on it.
Nah, that's fine. That's fine.
And they could also just ride on top of her and bounce and retreat, because going her like in her fox form or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, so it's not a bad idea.
You know what? Why are we even talking about this? Let's just make all 4 of them Straw Hats.
Yo, fuck it. I'm with it. I'm with it. Fuck it. All 4 Straw Hats.
Let's go.
Like all Straw Hats.
Damn it, but Momo's not a kid anymore. I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. Actually,
yeah,
I forgot. Yeah, you're right.
Oh man.
But Momo does.
The dynamic. Yo, no. Make them all 4 Straw Hats because the dynamic would be so freaking good. You got a grown Momo who would try to talk down to Tama, and Tama's like, "You're the same age as me too." Oh my god, no! Let them be Straw Hats.
I kind of love it. I kind of love it.
I'm with that. That's mad funny.
And Momo would cover like the 2-sword style on the crew, because you got Zoro with 3, Brook got 1, and then Momo would be 2.
Oh, like his father.
Yeah. And then it won't have to be the end of, because I think one of the biggest things is like what Zoro's next sword is going to be. Is he going to keep Enma, or is he going to get the Katetsu, the other Katetsu? Like, he could get the Katetsu, and then like Enma and the other sword could go back to Momo. He could, maybe, I don't know, or maybe keep the Enma and then like the Katetsu breaks.
Well, what if he gets that blue sword, the one that Luffy had in the beginning? Remember, Wano? Like Luffy took it from that guy, and Zoro kept trying to see it real quick.
Yeah,
was it the
Katetsu?
Yeah, it's the second. It's the upgraded version of the Sandai Katetsu. Yeah.
Okay.
Nidai Katetsu. That's the one I'm referring to.
Yeah.
He could get that one, but yeah, like, oh my gosh. Just make them all Straw Hats. That's what I'm cool with it. Make it all 4 Straw Hats. That's my official stance.
Yeah.
I'm with it.
I could also see them seeing them make their own like Wano crew, and then like be part of the fleet.
That's a fucking fact. I forgot that shit existed, yo.
True.
Like
the fleet. Yeah, actually, I can see that.
That makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, because they're important characters, but like Dressrosa characters were also like important to that arc at least. Well, they weren't even that important to the arc, but like
they were just scrapping it, yeah. Like
yeah, they were just scrappers. But I mean, they could do that, and they could like lead the Grand Fleet or whatever because they're more significant than those guys. So yeah, I mean, I'd be down with that. But I'd rather them join the Straw Hats. But
No, I
yeah,
agree.
I think
I rather
we like that.
I rather than put a Straw Hats. I'm just saying, like, it's a possibility.
So we like all four of them. Is that our consensus?
We'll take it. We'll take
Alright.
it. All four
Sounds
will be
good to me.
Straw Hats.
Hell yeah.
all four will be Straw Hats.
Yes, sir.
You heard it here. You heard it here.
All right, guys.
That's
Outside of Smoker, we didn't decide on Smoker.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is. Forget that nigga. Yeah.
Sorry, D3.
You gotta hold that, man. All right, guys. It's definitely been real. I think I'm gonna get ready to shut it down. But before we do, we have one more thing to do. We have a giveaway for a lovely Hawkins figurine.
Let's go.
Let's go.
So here we have a wheel of everybody that subscribed to the YouTube during the time period I stated on Twitter and commented underneath the tweet. We got a good 7 entries. One of you guys will be walking away today with a lovely figurine. Feel me?
It's gonna be sick.
It's definitely gonna be mad dope. I guess we'll just get straight into it, right? I'm gonna spin this
Yeah,
wheel, and whoever it lands on, you're getting a lovely figurine.
Do the drum roll, man.
Oh, you're right. I'm out here. Where's my showmanship? Wait, no! I clicked on it. All right, we just going into it.
Yo.
Kelso, 2 to the times. Congratulations. Oh.
Whoa, yo,
Congrats,
good shit,
bro.
Kelso.
Congrats to my boy
Congratulations.
Kelso. You have won a lovely
Thank you.
figurine. Appreciate you for subscribing. Thanks for everybody that subscribed.
Yeah, shout out to Mr. being mad generous to give out a figurine, man.
Yes. Mr. G held it
You
down.
are the
Of
GOAT.
course. Yeah, of
He's
course.
definitely the GOAT. I'll get in touch with Kelso and get his info and stuff, and we'll work it out from there.
Yeah, I'll sum it up.
But you guys, make sure that you guys check out the YouTube anyway. You know what I'm saying? Let me get a link out. I should actually have a link in my channel
Yeah.
as a command or whatever. I'm gonna get to that after this.
Or
But make sure you guys follow the channel. Strawhat Sitdown. Subscribe to it. I mean, we get the episodes posted up there every single week. So even if you miss episodes, you can come back here and watch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Show us
just
some
keep
love,
tracks
all
on
that
our
good shit.
discussions because we be bringing up stuff that we talked about before.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
know, following. That's the beauty of reading One Piece. You know, like you be able to talk about, see how your conclusions have formed
Right.
over
It's
the
that's the
chapters.
sickest part, and us being able to have a log. You know what
Yeah,
I
that's
mean?
really, really
to go
good. I was
back to
thinking-
and compare. Yeah.
Yeah, because every time I reread, I'm like, yo, I wonder what I was thinking when I saw like Shanks of the Reverie or like Doflamingo use Dove or something. I was like, well, I wonder how I reacted because I can't remember it. Like exactly what I was thinking. So like, yo, it's great that we have these recordings of us like talking about
Yes.
what we think in the moment. It's very, very dope.
Very
Yeah.
lit. We have finally
Gotta-
reached our
gotta
10th
take
episode.
advantage.
100%. Appreciate everybody who
double digits, baby.
been holding us
10,
down
baby.
since then. We definitely hit 10. We out here. Hopefully we
10.
can hit 10s more.
Yes,
Feel
sir.
me? 10s
Yes,
of
sir.
10s more. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, definitely appreciate it, guys. Anything else you guys wanted to say? Or?
That's it, yo.
No,
Thank you guys, man. Thank you.
guys for everything.
All right,
Yeah.
appreciate you guys. This has been the 10th episode, feel me? We'll be back next week, hopefully with another banger chapter, you know what I'm saying?
Let's go.
Yeah,
Yes,
no break,
sir.
no break. Let's
No
go.
break, no break. We're right back at it next week, baby. Sundays at 1 p.m., all right?
Yes, sir.
Till next time, guys, y'all take it easy, be safe, be healthy. We will see y'all when we see y'all. Take it easy, guys.
Peace.
Later, guys. Peace.
Nice.
Yeah, very dope, very
Okay,
dope.
good
That was
shit.
a fun one, man.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
bad fun. Appreciate
Yeah.
you guys, man.
I feel like
No, thank you.
Chat was mad involved. A great discussion, man. Had to be a longer one, of course, but it was mad.
It actually wasn't even that much longer.
It wasn't
only,
even 2 hours. It was only an hour.
Yeah,
40.
literally. It wasn't even that. And I started like 15 minutes after I started streaming. It was really like an hour and a half.
Facts.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess if y'all want, we can do more stuff like this more often. I was
Yeah, that's
also going to say like if we do more giveaways in the future, do you think that we can like say it on that episode that we will do a giveaway and then
Yeah, it was just it was only because it was short notice we weren't
Yeah,
able to, but
yeah.
it would definitely make more sense to advertise it, to announce it on the show,
Yeah.
and then do it from there. It was just we just put it together. It was the 10th episode. He had a figure
Yeah.
lining around, just the stars.
I'm
line.
sure Twitch chat mans would like,
Yeah.
be like, yeah, for sure.
Because that
Yeah.
way people who watch it on YouTube or so eventually down the line they get a chance to, you know, be a part of it as well if they need to. But yeah.
Next time for sure we could definitely do it like that.
Good suggestion.
Yeah. But it was still great regardless. But yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, I gotta run, boys. It was mad fun. And the fire chapter.
Alright.
I will see you guys for the next one, bros.
All right,
Oh
bro.
yeah. All right. Take it easy, y'all.
Yeah, I'm head out too. Take it easy, y'all.
Yeah, guys.
Peace. Peace. That's the Kelso again. I gotta hit him up. He about to be mad happy. And Kelso about to be happy as hell. Alrighty, boys. It has been fun. I'm gonna